Hi, ladies. I wanted to provide a little more detail, explanation, vision for some things that are coming up in the next month and a half or so. There's been so many really cool things going on at church that there's just not time to get up and give every detail about everything. And I'm not going to be able to give every detail now, but just want to help provide a better picture of some of the things so that you know what we're talking about, what we want you to be a part of that's coming up here really soon. So we have our Cinco de Mayo party that is on May 5th, and it's at the Wilhoit's house. And this has been an annual event. This will be the third time we've done it. It started because Cinco de Mayo fell on a Sunday, I think, and we just wanted to get together. We're trying to have a women's event in the spring, and so thematically that worked out, and we've just kind of stuck with it and gathered around that time on a Sunday evening at the Wilhoit's house for fun and Mexican food. So this year, the really fun part is that it's being entirely catered, so you do not have to bring anything. We just get to come and hang out and visit and be together. So if you've not been to their house, they're wonderful hosts, and they have a really beautiful home and a great space to sit and spread out and get to visit with people. So there's tables, there's lots of sitting areas. There's a finished basement, just room for us to spread out and or cram in one room together if we want, and hopefully move about in the evening too, and just get to know each other in this season and get to fellowship and connect and hang out. So no agenda, just eating really yummy food and being together. And those are things that we love. So we want you to come and be a part of that on May 3rd. Also, women's retreat is coming up, and I cannot tell you how excited I am for it. Retreat is always a really special, sweet time in the culture of our church. And for all the reasons that a retreat is, right? That you get to be away, that you get to rest. Hopefully the schedule is designed for rest. It's designed for teaching. There's food that we will provide all day on Saturday, and we'll stay both nights, Friday and Saturday. We'll be back in time for church on Sunday. If you've gotten to talk to any of the men, I think they had a really wonderful time at their retreat. And I recognize and want to name that it's not ideal that the women's retreat is so quickly after the men's. We know that there was a scheduling issue with the retreat center, and we really wanted to be at Jabez, which is where it is. It's just a really beautiful facility, and I think really promotes kind of the vibe and the feeling that we want to feel away, we want to feel relaxed and in a space that is conducive to those things. So we won't have the schedule like that next year with everything all together like that, but it just kind of felt that way. And so we know that it is a huge graduation weekend, and that is a conflict for a lot of people. So no harm. We understand that. There's all the grace in the world. However, if you can be there, we would love for you to be there. We want you to be a part of what's going on. We're talking about prayer. We're talking about the way that God fights battles for us. And I am giddy about what God has in store for us. We will spend time praying together. We will spend time alone in kind of reflection and solitude. We'll spend time in some small groups discussing things, and a lot of time resting and playing and hanging out. So, would love for you to be there. Don't want you to miss out on that. You are wanted. Those are the two big things that are coming up in May, but also just wanted to give a quick tidbit so that it's on your radar. We will be offering Equip again in the fall, which is a 9-month course, if you will, program, discipleship program. The men have it too. We have several books that you go through that's curriculum. It's small group. You do it together. You have a leader. There's a book for each unit, and it's just a lot of basic discipleship. It is an entryway group. And so like if you're not in a discipleship group, that's a great way to get plugged into a group. If you are in a discipleship group and you haven't done Equip, sometimes people decide to go through it all together as a group, that they're like, hey, we haven't done that yet, let's do it. Or sometimes there is someone in it that has, and they're like, oh, I'll be the leader, let's do this together. So lots of options there. Would love for you to jump in. Because we love Equip. We think it's a great program. Also, we have Holy Beloved cohort. Equip is a prerequisite to be a part of Holy Beloved for a lot of reasons, and I'm happy to discuss that in detail more, but largely because cohort is a little bit higher bar, that we are doing a lot of emotional work, but in order to do healthy emotional work, we want to make sure that you are rooted and grounded in Scripture and have kind of walked through this base level of it where we do a little bit of that work in Equip. And so it's kind of a primer that gets you ready for that. It is an application-based program, so there's not a guarantee. It depends on space, it depends on season, and just where we think what God's doing in groups and dynamics and how to piece those things together. But it is a really beautiful program that involves a lot of deep heart work and emotional healing. And so would love to talk to you about that if you have more questions. That will start in the fall as well. And you would want to, you have to do Equip before cohort. You can't do those at the same time either. So yeah, would love to answer any questions. We also will be having some prayer nights this summer that I'm really excited about. We'll talk more about those at retreat. But just wanted to put all those things on your radar. Know that you are wanted. We would love for you to be a part of all of those. And if you have any questions, would love to talk to you.